All right, so once upon a time,
In a
it
land
was
far,
a
far away.
16. How old were we when we graduated? 18. There was an 18-year-old
18.
who
sorry.
This
Serious.
is what he said.
Mindset and madness.
You ready?
All right, guys, welcome back to the Mindset and Madness podcast. I'm Ricky.
I'm Daniel,
I'm
aka
Sanjay.
Wipes.
I'm Sanjay.
So,
I clear your throat there, buddy.
Yeah. I have a bit of a cough, so excuse me.
Sound like you got a little
sucking some.
Okay. Yeah,
Go.
that's enough.
dick in your throat.
You know,
Cut.
This is our second episode. How do you guys think we did?
I don't know, man. I think it was good. I think it was really good. Shout out Meta in the background. Shout out Xpod Studio for hosting us. You know, if you guys ever want to do your podcast, hit them up. We'll put their link down in the description. You guys check them out, yo. They're really good.
Yeah, chill dude. He's just a chill guy.
Just a chill
You know.
guy.
Yeah, I think we, for the first episode, a lot of positive feedback.
Yeah, we got a good amount of traction, especially
Yeah.
with the reels. That's what got everybody watching the videos.
Yeah, basically humiliating me in all three, but that's fine.
It's okay.
A grown man.
Yeah,
Couldn't handle his liquor at 18.
big man.
31 watching Frozen by
And you
himself.
still can't handle your liquor.
No, I
You
can handle it way
Loki
better.
probably watched it again last night.
No, I didn't.
What'd you watch
I
last
was,
night, bro?
I was playing Warzone because Verdansk came back, Shout out the Hills, you know what I mean?
Shout out GTA Golf.
Right?
We
GTA
smash
golf
like,
is where it's
yo,
at,
bro.
You know it's bad that Shahab left Verdansk and came to play golf with us.
Yeah, I know. He's not going to, the love is not there, you know what I mean? But
It's
No,
not the
man.
same. But he said it got
And you know who
better,
joined
so-
us?
Oh.
Fawaz, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
The
Oh.
Royal Star joined us on GTA.
But yeah, man, like so far, like a lot of positive feedback, especially about the studio, like Daniel mentioned. And
Yeah. Video quality, everything on our Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything looks nice. There are some facts though. So, according to my calculations, 94% of you guys aren't subscribed but are watching the podcast on YouTube.
94% of you motherfuckers
Yeah.
better follow us right now.
So make sure you guys follow us and subscribe.
otherwise, Daniel's coming to your house with a cutlass.
And then on Instagram, you got 77 people that aren't following us. So make sure you guys follow, like, comment, share up the videos. You know, it'll help us out a lot.
5 stars on Apple Podcasts and
Spotify.
Spotify,
So
Apple
we're
Podcasts.
5 stars.
and leaving
Make
the
it happen.
comments on the Spotify and Apple podcasts, especially,
Mhm.
really does help. Like it really does help. So
Yeah, if there's
even
anything
if
you
it's constructive criticism, like again, we're grown men doing something, we appreciate it and we want to hear what you guys think. So
Yeah.
definitely let us know for sure.
yeah, if there's anything that you guys want us to talk about specifically, whatever, just send us a message. We'll do what we can. Obviously we're doing it for you guys, right?
But you guys are happy with the first episode.
I'm happy with it. I liked it. I got a lot of good feedback about it.
Yeah.
Well, people said that I didn't talk enough in the last one. So look, my talk no. What you gonna do?
Can't get this man to shut up.
Yeah. I was just a little nervous. That's all.
Yeah, like we're still kind of.
And I was still tired. So,
I'm still tired. I woke up at 7 o'clock this morning and I went to bed at 2:30.
yeah.
Crazy.
I hopped off at like 1:30 and he's like, yo, you hopped off? I'm like,
This guy just cut, bro.
I meant to leave the game, but I left the group instead.
That's where you insert a clip there. Holy shit. But no, like we want to thank everyone who watched, who liked.
You shared.
Even if you didn't like it, thank you for watching anyways.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Everything helps, and we're trying to get this bigger and bigger. And yeah, episode 2 today
Yeah.
is a special one
Big two.
because Ricky is going away
Going back to
forever. No, okay.
Man going on yard.
Yeah. Going
Tell
back
him-
a yard.
Tell him where you're going,
Come back.
Ricky. Tell him where you're going, bro.
I go to Jamaica. I soon come back.
Man
Don't
going for
worry.
some fresh jerk pork and some jerk chicken and thing.
Yeah.
Fried plantain. Festivals.
Daniel's
Nice.
wife is gonna hold down the fort next week.
Yep.
Yes.
So yeah, in replace of him, my wife is gonna
Yeah.
be joining us next week. We get a good Good looking.
Marriage session.
Marriage session.
Yeah. Thank God I'm not here for that.
So excited for Jamaica.
Yeah, man. All packed up, ready to go. Just,
Hopefully all the flights not delayed.
Yeah. Nah, it shouldn't be. It's not gonna rain next week, so we should be good.
Lucky
But
bastard.
yeah, excited. It's been almost 2 years now since I've been out of the country, so. it'd be
And when
nice.
Ricky comes back, he's gonna be looking a little caramel. He said,
Little crispy.
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 Crispy, bro.
He's gonna look like more like the crusty crab.
Yeah.
He will look like this guy.
Nah, I won't get that dark. I won't get that dark. I'm sorry. I won't get that dark.
Yo, chill.
Just zoom in on it.
Oh, the light makes me look light skinned, and that's how I really look.
Yeah.
Give that light skin look, bro. That light skin pose, bro. What is it?
Yo, I can't do it. I can't do it. But yeah, man. We're that's sick, man. Jamaica, yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Where are you going in Jamaica?
Ocho Rio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never been to Jamaica yet.
It's like it's one of the farther resorts from the airport. Usually people go and stay in like Montego Bay, that area.
Yeah, I went there in 2022.
Yeah. It's like a 2-hour drive, so
Must be nice.
spend 4 hours in a plane, then like another 2.5 hours, maybe 3 in a
Holy
bus.
crap, for real?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Damn.
afar. Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun. I'm just be drinking the whole way there.
Well,
Shit,
yeah,
that's
enjoy
what
it.
I'd be doing. Smoking a little ganja on the bus.
So you're gonna have a lot of fun while we're in the cold,
Yeah.
because it
Not only
doesn't look.
that, I mean, well, yeah, it's still. Gonna
It
be
doesn't
cold.
look like Canada weather is improving.
Nah, it was improved.
After this
It
week.
was nice on Thursday, and then it said, "Hot, fuck you. We're going back to cold."
Did you see my Snapchat on Wednesday when it snowed, and then the next day, how there was like nothing on the ground?
Yeah.
Bro, it was 20
like
degrees the
20
next day.
degrees.
Bipolar weather we're having right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, Wednesday was what, like -1, freezing rain, snow,
It was a
slush,
mess,
and all
bro.
kinds of shit. And then next morning, 14 degrees, 12 degrees when I woke up.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy, man, and
I'll send
Yeah.
you guys a little video.
Nah, screw you, bro.
we're gonna try to call him like next
yeah,
week
I'll
live.
FaceTime you guys when I know you guys are gonna be
Yeah.
shooting. So.
So when you don't
Alright.
see Ricky next week, that's why. Because he's
Next
gonna
week
be
around this time, I won't be holding a coffee, man. I'll be holding a bottle of beer
Yes.
or a bottle of rum, Appleton.
And some
Yeah.
Jamaica.
You have to, bro. Have to. It's
I
Jamaica.
might dabble on that a little bit.
Dibble dabble.
Dabble. Touch a 1-2 spliff.
Spliff ass.
Yeah, time to get zooked.
Yep.
So what's on the docket for today?
Relationships.
Today.
Relations.
I know a lot of people probably have a lot of input with that too. You know,
Yeah.
it's something that a lot of people could probably relate to. I know relationships definitely played a lot in a lot of people's mental
Everyone's,
health for
yeah.
sure. I know a lot of people have those. Not everyone has a really good relationship. A lot of people definitely go through some toxic ass relationships, and I am one to say, I've been through some.
Yeah, you guys are gonna hear
toxic
mostly from white
shit, bro.
But Ricky, what are we diving into relationships specifically today? Like, what is it that what are we tackling? What relationships today?
Previous relationships, how toxic they were, how it affected you. All right, so once upon a time,
In a land
there was
far,
a
far away.
16 How old were we when we graduated? 18? There was an 18-year-old
18.
who
Sorry.
This
Serious.
is bad.
Yeah, so I think this was probably the biggest like past relationship that I not only like had to go through like by myself, but like it affected pretty much everything that I did on a daily basis. Like I was always angry with the world, angry at myself, just always angry. Basically an individual who shall not be named. Recently, like we lost contact when we left. She left the school, probably like grade 2, grade 3. Like we always like liked each other, like since kindergarten. She left, moved to Brampton. Obviously, that's where everybody went.
Brampton, bro.
I think I was the only Guyanese kid in my school that didn't move to Brampton.
Okay, we get it. You don't like Brampton.
Yeah. So fast forward, some years later, we finally connected back. Things were going good. And, we were going out all day, all summer. And basically what happened, she had a man this whole time.
What?
She basically led me on. And from what I was, like, from my perspective, I thought we were dating, you know?
Yeah.
You know, we talk about that all the time. But little did I know, there was a little Jimmy.
Little
lurking.
Jimmy over
So
there.
that, like, okay, for a second there, like, it hit you there for a second.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
obviously it affected you mentally, but, like, do you recall, like, that moment of when you found out? Like, what, like, that feeling of, like, what the fuck? Like,
You know how I found out? Went to go meet her up at the park. The next guy pulled up with his boys, had guns, everything. Started batting me up, you know?
fuck. Jesus Christ. Okay.
The man pointed a gun at me, and I was like, bro, are you really going to shoot me over a girl? You know? So, yeah. I was just upset at the fact that, you know, I've known her for so long, and she didn't let me know or she didn't tell me anything. Like, even if, like, yeah, we could have just been friends, she could have said, yo, I have a man, you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone as far as to, like, you know, spend 90% of my summer with her.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's...
So after that, I really didn't have anybody to, like, talk to about it. So I just drowned myself in, like, work, just always working, always coming home, never interacting with people, always angry, just rinse and repeat every day for, like, the past 2-3 years. And then I met the girl that I'm with today. And yeah, that was pretty bad, to say the least.
And it's crazy to think that these guys pulled up with you on guns.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm sure you were scared, but you're more upset at the fact that this girl lied.
Yeah.
When you have a full gun pointed at.
Yeah.
I mean, that I can't imagine, like, that type of trauma or that type of experience. Yes, so many years have passed, but I'm sure deep down that's still kind of mentally
and like
bothers you
right
to this
after
day.
that, like, you know, they, like, luckily I was able to run away, fucking hop in my car and leave.
Yeah, of course.
But he found me on Instagram a couple weeks later, and he's like threatening me and all of that. I still have the DMs, and yeah, they were
Kinda guy.
together since then. Like, recently, the last thing I heard from him was that he was in jail. He went in jail, like, not too long after.
Really?
No,
that
that's
happened.
good. Let you stay there.
Yeah,
Might
I
be
didn't call nobody, but you know,
No, let him stay. He
you know,
deserves.
he was
Yeah, you know
he
what's
was being
happening
an
to him right
idiot.
now, bro?
So
He's taking some big dick from a black man named Baba
Probably.
in jail right now.
yeah.
Fuck.
So,
He probably done dropped the soap many
What
times.
about the girl? Like, did she, like, what did she have to say about that?
nothing. She didn't say anything to me. After that, that was the last time I spoke to her. She didn't try to contact me. I didn't try to contact her because I was just so upset. And we just left it at that.
So that unresolved, like that
That's
affects you
crazy.
mentally.
And that's
like,
why it affected me for so long. I don't think I got any closure from that.
of course,
You
So
know?
it's so crazy. You get, like, when people hear about shit like this, right? They always think that it's the guy that provoked something that happened in that relationship, right? It's
Yeah.
like, dude, that's never the case. Like, why do you guys always have to assume that it's the man that's always at fault, right?
There's two sides to
There's
the
always
story.
two sides of the story. Like, the girls always get off with everything, anything, and like my last relationship was fucked, absolutely fucked. Like, I asked, like, oh my, it just like.
Took a lot of balls for me to say what I said. So
Yeah.
I really
can
didn't want to
I can
talk
imagine
about that, but
I can imagine that.
I'm glad I got to say it. You
But
know?
no, like, I know there's definitely some guys that probably deal with shit like this too. But like, dude, if you're in a relationship, girls too. I'm not just saying this just about guys, but guys and girls. If you guys are in a relationship that is mentally draining, emotionally draining, physically draining, get the fuck out of it. Leave. Why are you going to do that to yourself? You're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy. You're wasting your life away just dealing with this. I left my last relationship. Shit. It was really bad. Like, when I got out of this relationship, everyone noticed there was a change in me. Like, I was just angry all the time. Like, I could just flip on a switch, and I didn't have much of an outlet at that time. So, like, there was times I'd get really mad. I would go down in my basement and just punch the wall. And there's one section of my basement wall. It's just holes across the entire wall because I I had nowhere to release, so I just went down to the basement and just started punching the walls. Like my knuckles would turn black and shit some days. Bad.
And that's crazy because, knowing Daniel for so long, like I was there, and
Yeah, like it put a big strain on my friendships too. I lost a lot of friends. Well, okay, I can't say I lost a lot of friends because the guys that are like Sanjay and like a bunch of the other guys, they're still around to this day, but they had to see me go through and deal with all this nonsense, and I kind of put them on the back burner for this relationship. And
like when we left Thing's house,
when we
Never-
went Wasega,
there was that, but then when we left Thing's house, and then I saw some of the marks, and I asked you about it on your face, and you're like,
yeah,
"There was
like there's
nothing."
some times
And I was like, bro,
I had cuts going down my face. I had scratches coming down here, and I had to lie to my parents. I had to say like, "Yo, I cut myself shaving," and my dad would laugh at me, like, "No, you didn't." Like, yeah, I did. Like, what am I gonna say that my ex she put her hands on me and shit? Like, me and my wife, we used to work together at Best Buy. Shout out Best Buy.
get your electronics.
Right, and we were friends at the time, and she used to see me coming to work every now and then, and I'd have cuts down here, cuts on my neck, and the funniest thing, you would think, okay, what happened to the other girl? If I got cuts, if I have cuts all over my face, what happened to her? Not a single mark, not a bruise, nothing. I never put my hands on her. I never hit. I held hands to restrain, yes, obviously, because shit, I'm getting scratched up, kicked up, things thrown at me and shit. Dude, it was bad.
So I remember leaving that party, trying to tell Daniel like, "Yo, what's going on?"
Oh, this was the New Year's party. No, I can't remember.
Yeah.
There was some- there was a
Again,
whole
I'm
bunch
trying
of
not to name drop, but we left one of our friends at the time of the house. I remember wife was dropping me home, and I seen the marks, and I'm like, "Bro, what are you doing?" Like, and I remember I had Snapchat at this time. We're having, I don't even know why he wants to send a snap or something. I'm texting him on Snapchat with serious conversation, like, "Yo, on Snapchat, all things, not phone snap. Get the fuck out of that," because
And
I didn't even know half of it. I'm just seeing what's there. Like I've been around them. I've seen them argue and bicker and whatever. But when you start seeing the marks, you're like, "Yo, bro," like
it got so bad to a point where there was this. I remember this one specific time we went to this club, and apparently there was this girl in the washroom that said, "Oh, that's Daniel's girl. She doesn't like me." All right, who gives a shit, right? Why are you gonna take that on so much? Oh, why is this girl in the washroom saying that I don't like her or some shit like that, and started some big argument because of that, and like whole fight. She started trying to fight in the club and everything. I had friends had to come and like pull her away because it's like, "Yo, dude, what the fuck? Like, I didn't do nothing. I don't control what this person says, and even so, who gives a shit? You don't like her, you don't like her. Who cares? Move on with your life, bro. Why are you gonna let an opinion like that matter so much, And like that night, she like I'm driving her home. She's drunk and she's like hit me, trying to scratch. I'm driving, my car's swerving all over the road, and she tries to jump out the car, dude.
What?
Yeah, bro. She opens. And I'm driving down Highway 7. I had to grab her and pull her back into the car and pull over. And finally can't speak English. I finally managed to get the whole situation under control, calm her down, whatever. And we went to this plaza, and she's still arguing, whatever. But we pull up to this plaza, and she runs out. She leaves the car, and so I guess some people overheard the arguing and stuff, and they called the cops. And the cops came, and they're asking me questions, and I have cuts right down my face and everything. And I'm like, dude, she's drunk. She's going on about some kind of nonsense and shit. And they're like, okay, where'd she go? I'm like, I don't know. She went running off somewhere. And they went and they found her. And you know what they asked her, bro? They're like, did he put hands on you? We'll lock him up right now.
What?
Then no questions to me. They didn't not ask me nothing, but they went straight to her and said, if he put his hands on you,
But
we'll
you're the
lock
one
him
that's
up.
bleeding.
She doesn't have a bruise, nothing. Her clothes is perfectly intact, hair is still perfectly straight, everything. Makeup not touched. But I'm the one with the cuts, clothes freaking mangled and shit. And they're asking her, oh, if he did something, we'll lock him up. I'm like, bro, what?
That's shitty.
That's crazy. And so I was telling you about when I went to DR, right? the mentality of some people, bro, I really don't understand it, because me and her cousins are still best of friends, best of friends. Like, we went to DR together, and we made a bunch of friends over there. And there's a group of girls that we were talking with, and they're like, "Oh, how do you guys all know each other?" I'm like, well, I used to date their ex. Fuck. Oh. I used to date their cousin, but we still stayed friends. And they're like, "Oh, you guys stayed friends?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Oh," and they kind of just asked about like the relationship or whatever. And then I told them like some situations or whatever, and they had the nerve to ask me, "Well, what did you do to make her get on like that?"
Yeah, it always
The
comes
people
back
at
to the guy.
like the people that
Yeah,
you
the
met over
people
there.
that we met over there, they're like, "Well, what did you do for her to act like that?"
Yeah, it always comes
like,
back to the
what?
guy. Like, it's two sides of the story, you know?
Yeah.
Like, why did I have to do anything for this person to
Yeah.
act like that? There was no reason for it, you know. And it's something that definitely put a big toll on my mental health.
I
you
got
know?
2 questions for you.
Yeah.
How long was this going on for, and what made you want to stay,
Dude,
in the
what
relationship?
made me want to stay? I
or
don't
what
even know.
kept you from leaving?
I think it was just the comfort, just being comfortable. I don't know. Like, it was something that just kept happening, and then I just stayed in the relationship. Like, I didn't really have any emotional attachment to the relationship anymore. It was just there. So it's just like, you know,
So,
whatever. I just kind of, I don't know if it was something that I was thinking that things are going to get better. You know, it was just a rough patch. Maybe you could work through it, but no, like,
well, that's the thing. I think at the beginning you were like, leave, right? And we all say that, like, when we see people in these situations, just get up and leave. But it's easier said than done,
oh
right?
yeah, it's
Like,
a lot easier said than done.
no matter if it's abusive or physical, like, it's not super that easy to just pick up and leave. And I'm sure there were many times in Daniel's relationship with that person, like, he wanted to, but like, yeah, you still feel a sense of comfortability. There's still a bit of love there, so it's not just, you know. I think that goes to a lot of people, because I know a lot of people like in relationships like that, and
Yeah.
you see it from the outside, but like, oh yeah, just why don't you just leave them? But like, it's easier said than done. So I get it, but moral of the story to that girl was nuts.
Yeah, I remember there was one time I came into work. I think it was after New Year's when we went to that hotel. And I came back and I had a lot of cuts, like right down my face. And it was over the stupidest shit because I didn't say hi to somebody. They assumed I had something going on with that person, which I didn't. Yeah. And then I came into work 2 days after or something. And my wife, like her wife now, she saw everything that happened. And I kind of told her, the gist of everything. And she grabbed another friend from work. And they went they went looking for her. They went into the mall and
I
going to
remember
go find
this
her.
story.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. CJ's a little Jamaican girl. Dude, it was bad, bro. It was real bad. Like, and that's a big topic that I ended up seeking therapy and stuff like recently, because my anger and stuff just kept getting worse. Just certain things that just been going on in my life. I just needed to talk to someone that has a non-biased opinion, someone that could kind of guide me to help me get through certain situations. And it helped. It definitely helped. It was tough, dude. It was tough. But thankfully, all my friends, they still stuck around. I never lost any of them. They're definitely a real one for that.
Yeah.
It was hard, dude.
No, I can imagine. I mean, Ricky went through something traumatic. You went through something more physical.
Yeah.
Now it's my turn, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I only really ever had one relationship. Mine, affected me mentally for a lot of different reasons, and a lot of reasons people might think I'm crazy or stupid. But the gist of it was my ex, well, at the time, she was my girl, like, she broke up with me. She said she was going back to school and she didn't love me anymore. And I was like, okay, like, it is what it is. Obviously I was sad and upset, but if I'm being honest, which I'm trying to be, part of me was relieved, because at that point, you just kind of comfortable and whatever. But like again, our relationship was not, you know, a typical West Indian relationship where like I was like, you couldn't go here, you couldn't do this. Like we trusted each other. Like it was very different, a lot of freedom, and but you know, over time, like again, it just becomes I became too comfortable. Like that's the biggest thing. But where my story kicks in is that after she broke up, I would learn, you know, later on that, you know, she cheated on me with a guy that, quote unquote, family friend. And I met the guy and I remember shaking his hand. And I remember my boy, I won't name drop it, but he was dating my girl's sister at the time. And he was more upset at the guy because he was trying to hit on her and I was trying to stop him from fighting him. But yeah, he already slept with my girl at the time. Wow. And I wouldn't know that until months later. And
It's crazy.
the hardest thing was not only that, is she also slept with one of my best friends. And I learned it over time. And it, like you see it in the movies and TV, you know, best friend sleeps with wife or girl or vice versa, you know.
Yeah.
You never think it's going to happen to you, and it did. And that was since 2017. It's now 2025. I'm still not 100% over it, and I don't think I will ever be. I have a lot of friends in my life, including Daniel, you know, Ricky, obviously more recent, but a lot of friends who've been through this situation. It affected my friendships a lot. Because mentally I was never the same person, because I could just never get over that. You know, like that was my best friend. Like I would have died for that guy. Same way I would have died for any of these guys. Like now I have to envision the fact that somebody I shared a life with for almost 4 years, you doing those certain things with me with someone else. You cannot not think about it. And it affected my friends a lot. Like one of my friends, they had an engagement party and they invited her because we were all in the same friend group. I didn't go. All my friends cussed me, called me this, called me that. I'm a bawling, crying like, yo, how you guys like why are you not on my side? Wife's was there and his wife. I remember they're all saying like, you're this, you're that. But I was like, bro, like, are you not looking at it from my point of view? What if I see her and I have a panic attack or something? You know what I mean? Like,
You don't know how you're gonna react in it.
yeah, a lot of my friends, even 3-4 years after, like, Sanjay, you still talking about this? You still, yeah. I had conversations up to recently, like, bro, like you did after all this time, like, I'm like, yeah. And the thing is, you know, yeah, she was my first girlfriend, really the only girlfriend I ever had. But after everything, and I'm leaving out a lot, obviously, because I'm trying not to name drop or whatever, but the story's kind of obvious. Maybe your family might see this as center. I don't know, whatever. Fuck, I don't really care. Like, there's still, for me, I guess I'm just built differently. Not in a good way, but it's just different. Like, after all that, like, you still care about that person. I don't know why. And they're like, bro, like,
If it's a relationship that has a big part to play on your mental health, if it was like good or bad, it's definitely something that's going to stick around for a long time. Like
exactly.
Even, like
and
nowadays, like even today, me and CJ, we would still joke about shit that happened in my past relationship, you know, or I would just make jokes of it, or you know, because what can you do about it now? You can't do anything. Just look back at it, just laugh. Like, yo, I was a dumbass for being in that relationship, honestly.
But mentally, like, it's something you don't get over. Like, I'm happy we both moved on and whatever, you know, like, we're all doing our thing. But that experience alone, excuse me, like, you'll never, like, you can forgive, but you'll never forget it. And that's the hardest thing, because
I got a question.
like Ricky, I never got closure. Again, I'm leaving out a lot. Like, she admitted it to it after I confronted her about it, like, a year later, only because her boyfriend at the time, I guess, encouraged her to fucking, you know, say it, like, tell me. But that's just you admitting it to. You never told me why. And some people are like, well, you don't need to know why. Well, I fucking dated her. I feel like I have a right to know why you did what you did, you know. But I never had that closure, and that emptiness plays a huge part of your day-to-day life of not having closure. So
Yeah.
I completely understand what you're saying. So yeah, I mean, it was very harsh experience, and I don't wish that upon my worst enemies. But you're still battling it. You still try to do what you got to do, and try to move forward and be more positive and be more strength, and hopefully I find the one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm.
Ladies, he's single.
Yeah.
Single. Hit him up.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Bala.
Some people told me that you look cute.
Oh, thank you.
He looked like a
I appreciate it.
panda bear. Nah, you look like a grizzly bear still.
A sea bear.
A sea
A lot of SpongeBob episode references.
sea
and-
rhino.
So if you don't like SpongeBob, don't watch. But we know that this topic will be touched
I
more
know a
than
lot
one
of people
episode.
definitely relate to these topics. 'Cause I know
We'll be
girls
talking-
and guys, you definitely been through some physically abusive, mentally abusive, emotionally abusive relationships. If you're in a bad situation, get out of it. Because you know what? It's going to play with your mental health. You won't realize it right now, but you'll soon realize it. You think you're staying in it because you're comfortable. You know, things are all, you think you can't find anything better or whatever the case may be. But the truth is you can find better and you can do better.
It's not worth it. You either get a gun pointed at your head, you get scratches,
You get
or you
cheated
get
on.
cheated on.
But
you know?
I got cheated on. I got physically abused. I got called. She called me her ex's name on multiple occasions.
Oh.
Looked me dead in my face, bro. Called me her ex's name. I bet. And my dumbass still stuck around. Constantly told me, "Oh, I cheat on you with my ex." All right, good for you. My ex is better at this. Okay, good for you. You know. it's
So
just-
here's my next question. Let's say we were in those relationships today. Okay. How are we approaching it now in our 30s, late 20s?
Okay, so like if
early
I
30s?
were to experience the first situation, like the first time ever, like it ever happened, if I
like
experienced it
yeah,
now,
like if you were dating that person now.
and the first situation that I ever been in happened, like what would I do?
No. Let's say like who you were talking about before, like that never happened. It's happening for the first time now. How would you handle it?
I'm out, bro. I can't picture anything back with that person. I can't.
I mean, it
can't.
depends, right? A lot of people are gonna say it's easier said than
Done,
done.
yeah.
You know, you feel stuck. You feel like you don't have any other options.
So if this was you now, Ricky, and I'm pointing a gun to you now, like what do you?
Still got
Probably
it.
the same thing I did the last time. Just if somehow get through it by myself. Well, now I know, like, you know, I got some like close friends that I
Yeah.
could, you know, talk to about it. But
Yeah, the thing is, you have your
Yeah.
boys, talk to them.
yeah, I mean, I did have a friend at the time, but he wasn't really interested in that. You know, like that's why I never even brought it up to him. Like a lot of people don't know this happened to me. Like during that time, they'd see me and they wouldn't even think that happened.
And friends do help. I know
Yeah.
from my situation, there's a lot of them, you know. The one thing about my friends, and I'm sure you kind of notice now, like I get the barrier of a lot of jokes. It's fine for the most part. With that situation, they like we laugh about that person and you know or whatnot, but in that time, like Webs was saying, they helped a lot. So many conversations. I'm sure they could have been like, "Yo, this guy's calling about this again," but they took on the phone. They were texting me like they didn't have to, and like I'm so appreciative of that. You know, like at that time we weren't thinking about therapy. Maybe our minds were different. Like therapy is for BS.
Yeah,
And,
like who the hell needs therapy?
you
But,
know what I
like,
mean? We
later
were
on,
a lot
it's-
younger. Like I was 21 at that time. Like I'm now
I was, like,
31. So
18.
And going to seek therapy does not make you crazy.
Yeah,
it
like-
does not make you crazy at all. It's honestly, it's just a safe like.
I
this is
started it
here.
last year, and it changed my life.
Yeah, like
And
this is
I've-
here. You have a safe space to talk about whatever you want.
Obviously,
Speaking with a therapist is exactly the same thing.
costs
But
money,
you get a
so-
non-biased opinion. They actually help you get through whatever situations you're going through. You know.
so if you
So
have
if
the
you
money,
thinking
like,
about seeing a therapist, go ahead.
if you have the money or benefits, like
Do it.
use it. Like it's definitely again. It helped me. I started last year, Canada Day, and there's tons of programs and things that you can talk to that person about, and So it's definitely encouraging. I encourage it to anybody, especially dealing with mental health. It's really, really important. And if that's something you want to do, like, don't ever feel discouraged. You know what I mean? Because everybody goes through shit, and it's such a, I don't know. For me, it's such a warm feeling that having somebody else to talk to.
It does. You feel a good bit of relief, when you talk to them, and they try to really understand you and try to help you get through everything. And it's like, damn, like it feels really good. Like once I finish my therapy session, I'd message my wife like, yo, this is great. Like I feel great. Obviously some days it'll be a lot harder than some because you're touching on very, very sensitive topics, and sometimes the therapist will kind of dig deep inside to find out the root of a lot of these problems and stuff. I'm not saying everything's about my past relationship. No, I have like there's a lot of other things that, I kind of like to bring up and talk about that I need to get off my chest and whatnot. And she definitely helped me get through some dark times, I'd say.
So how has what we talked about, those past relationships, how has it helped you in your guys' now relationships now, like your marriage, your girlfriend? Like, how has that experience helped you in a positive way, even though it was negative? Like, how has it, helped you? Ricky, you can go first, and then
I don't know. I'm actually kind of glad it happened because I wouldn't have met the person that I'm with today.
Yep.
I'm in a very happy relationship with her, and it's been 8 years now. So since we started dating.
Yeah, same with me. I've been ever since that situation. Like I said, met my wife when we were working together. We became really good friends. It started out literally as just Denny's dates and just as friends. We never expected anything to come from it. And talking with her was honestly, it was like a breath of fresh air. She held no judgment on me. Sorry, she didn't pass no judgment. What is it?
what?
She didn't pass no judgment? Is that what it is?
She didn't
Yeah,
judge you.
yes.
She didn't judge me
Yeah,
for
yeah.
anything.
Didn't judge you,
We definitely connected a lot. I mean, she's been through a lot of stuff in her past life. I've been through a shit ton of stuff, and that's exactly kind of what brought us together. We're a lot closer together because we used to talk about a lot of different things, and we never judged each other for what we've been through. We just been there for each other, and that's kind of what grew our relationship. And we've been together for 8 years now. Married for going on 3.
And like the beginning was obviously rough, but like I guess because just trying to like
Get over
transition
it. Yeah.
into a better relationship. Obviously, mostly because of me. Wasn't
Yeah.
anything that had to do with her, but she stuck around and
How did
shout out
she
to her.
react though? You're like, obviously, I'm sure you told her what happened, and
Yeah, but I didn't tell her until like probably 5-6 years into the relationship.
Oh, wow.
She only
Yeah.
found out recently.
Yeah.
wow.
Damn.
So
Was there
That's
a
a lot
reason
to-
you kind of held that back, or?
I felt like I didn't need to, but then when things started happening and she would want to know why I'm reacting the way I am, and I had to tell her,
Yeah.
because I'm like, you know what, I actually want to spend the rest of my life with this girl, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna let her know.
So, I mean, obviously, you told her, like, what was her type of reaction? Like, what did she have to say about it? Like, her intake on it?
She realized like there were reasons why I was acting the way I was or behaving the way I was. So now it like became clear to her like
Okay.
why. So now it doesn't affect me anymore, thank God. But she helped me get through it a lot. So
Nah, that's good. That's
That's
good.
it. It's hard to find a good woman like that.
yeah,
Hard to find.
especially in Toronto.
You gotta tell me that.
Hard to find a good West Indian girl like that.
Yeah.
Good for you.
For you, Wipes, like, you were talking to CJ, and like, I guess, obviously, just starting out as friends, you guys talk. You went to dates at Denny's and stuff like that. Like, you said it was like a breath of fresh air. So, like, talking to her, like, you weren't even thinking about relationship. It was just like, yo, I found somebody I can connect with. She's not judging.
Yeah, like we didn't think about relationships.
Yeah.
We just thought about friendships. And the craziest thing was a lot of people at work were like, yo, you guys need to stop because it's giving people the wrong impression and shit. I'm like, what are we doing? We're just going out to grab food.
I
It's
worked
like,
with them. I thought
It's not even, we're not even doing anything. Like
Did you tell
legit,
them
we
that?
did not do. Huh?
No. I was there for a little bit. I
Oh,
Yeah,
see.
he
okay,
was. Yeah, he was there for a little
I
bit.
seen a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, like there was nothing going on. We were just friends, just really good friends that we could just kind of relate to, and yeah, and then eventually she had a relationship at the time, and I wasn't trying to get in between or nothing like that. No, it was just food and just talks. You know, she was like my therapist at that time, which was great.
Yeah, relationships, they're not perfect.
No,
they're never
they're
easy.
not perfect.
Um,
And when you have kids and when you get married, it tests a lot. It puts a lot of
Oh, yeah.
stress
Find
on a
out next
relationship.
week.
You'll there's a lot.
You'll find
But-
out next week.
Yeah.
I know for me, like,
If he ever reached out to you to kind of explain his side of the story and try to apologize, what?
oh, the guy.
Yeah. What would you do? Like, would you hear him out? Would you forgive?
You know, it's funny because at first you're like, nah, fuck that guy. You want to kill him, blah, blah, blah. Now it's kind of like, I feel like I know if we talked, we would make a lot of stupid, awkward jokes about it and try to forget, like, you know, a quick.
They're not still together, are they?
No. She
Oh,
has
okay,
she
okay.
has a boyfriend.
Oh,
and I
okay,
don't know
okay,
if they're still friends. I don't know anything
Oh.
about that. But you're talking about like my
Yeah. That,
my boy at the time. Yeah. Okay.
Let's call him Jim.
Call him Jimmy.
So I think now I'd be open to listening to him and hearing. Obviously, doesn't make it better, but like there's still a part of me that I feel like if he tried to, he wouldn't really tell me the full truth. You know, I think he would just kind of be like, well, enough time's passed, like, you know. And his ex-girlfriend, like, really nice girl, like, we were really, you know, close, and they still kept in contact, and she would tell me that, like, yo, you know, he still talks highly about you, you know, he misses me and all that stuff, and like, okay, I get it, but you still did something wrong, you know, and I thought I would, like, again, maybe I definitely, like, if he was to say, like, yo, I'd say sorry, but she has offered, like, his ex-girlfriend, like, when we were cool, like, if you want, I can set up and you guys talk about it. But I thought about it, like, I don't really want to. Like, I don't really want to go through that. I don't really want to, you know what I mean? There's really nothing more to say. I've kind of moved past it. Like, even though it affected me and it still kind of does, I kind of moved past it. Like, I don't really see going down that rabbit hole again. So,
Yeah. It happened, what, 8 years ago? What's the point?
yeah, like, it is what it is. Like, you guys made
No.
your choice. You did whatever.
Has it been 8 years? No.
Yeah,
No.
2017. 'Cause she broke up with me in 2017, and they were hanging out like right after.
Right. It was in right. Because me and CJ just started dating.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it'd be more from her point of view, but that's never gonna happen. So, it is what it is. But yeah, it's just.
There's a lot more we could definitely touch on about relationships and shit. Try saying that 5 times.
But we, you know, there's gonna be a lot more episodes we do on relationships with not just us, with different people.
Yeah.
But
I think I could write a book about my last relationship. Not even gonna lie, it's gonna be a top seller, 100%.
A novel.
Bro, probably like this thick, bro.
Yeah.
I do want to big up Ricky though, because I know he's very
Yeah.
thing about not talking about it. So big up to yourself for doing that, man. It takes guts, it takes courage, you know. I know it's not just like what we said at the beginning, he didn't talk enough. It was
Now me talk.
now you have to shut the man up. Nice. No, and it takes a lot of guts to say that. So, you know, what he said and trying to not name drop and be
I mean, it happened years ago, so I feel like it's a good way to, you know, if anybody else is going through the same situation, to just listen to us, not listen to us, but like, you know, tune in.
just saying she like gun man.
I'm sure you guys. I'm sure there's a lot of you guys that can relate to some
Yeah.
shit that we've gone through. Not saying a lot of you guys probably had a gun to your head or anything like that. That's messed up.
And if you know somebody that's the harder conversation. But try to get the courage to say something if it's getting worse. Like if you know somebody in that,
Yeah,
and
if you
you're
guys
the
know a
part from the
friend or someone that's
outside,
dealing with it, be there for them. Don't judge them for for being in that relationship because you don't know what's kind of going through their mind at that time, right?
and we'd like to
just
hear
be
from
there
you
for them.
guys too. Like,
Yeah, tell us.
we want to know your stories if you're comfortable.
Obviously,
and share
it'll
it.
be anonymous if requested.
Yes, and we'll share it hopefully on the next pod.
Yeah.
Because we want to get questions every week. We do want to start a segment where we answer some questions, right before we do the quote, and we want to hear from you guys. You know what I mean? Like we want to hear your stories, and if you want our opinion or just to share it, to kind of hear what you've been through. Like again, this is a safe space. You know what I mean? Like, DM us, Instagram, anywhere, TikTok. Do we have an email?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mindset.madness@gmail.com. Don't worry, it'll be linked
link
down below.
will
be-
It'll be
The description will be in the link below.
the description will be in the link below.
Wipes couldn't talk today. I don't know why.
I got tongue tied.
Just loop every time he does.
You ever see that guy on TikTok where he scares like his mom and he's like, oh fuck. With that being said, Ricky has the quote
So like how we
of
said
the
every
day.
at the end of every episode, we're gonna give out one. One of us is gonna give a quote
Each
something
week someone different.
something like inspirational or something like that. So this week
Is
our
Ricky's
man Slick Rick over here.
before he goes to Jamaica.
So today's quote of the day is "Turn your wounds into wisdom."
Oh,
I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
Bare wounds, bro.
That's,
Physical.
Yeah, physical man.
you had physical. That's fuck. That's fuck. That. Yeah, cause that's fuck. That what's getting the real. I don't give a fuck. You got me. Fuck. That's what you get.
Physical
No,
wounds?
that's not right. That's not-
Bro, you want to hear because it is one story, bro. It was so fucked up. I can't remember what happened. She was vexed about something, and there's this picture frame that she had. We took a picture with Santa. It was a glass frame, and she got into some argument, so she threw it at me right outside our hallway. Went right past my face, just like this. Thing shattered, went all across the floor. So she came outside barefoot, bro, picking up all these little pieces of glass, and she's there, and she's holding a piece of glass, bro. And I know for a fact, if I stood there for a couple more seconds, she was gonna slice me with this piece of glass. So I went inside. And grabbed her mom. I'm like, "Yo, your daughter's on some shit, bro. She's trying to slice me with this freaking glass." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I don't trust her. I need you to walk me out." Legit, I had to get
Shit.
this
Gonna
girl's
play
mom to
Fruit
walk
Ninja
me out,
with Daniel.
bro.
Oh my god.
Bro, I would have had my throat sliced open. I would have been dead. Shit. Call me Scarface or something.
So again, that quote is Ricky. What was the quote again?
Yeah, turn your wounds into wisdom.
I don't know how you turn wounds to wisdom. I can't turn my physical wounds into wisdom, though.
Mental wounds.
More tune for your head top. So
Yeah.
watch how you speak of our name, you know?
Wow.
That's a drizzy quote. That's a drizzy. No, that's that was a good one. I never heard that one before. Next week wipes will be.
No, next week will be CJ because she's the guest.
Oh,
When are you gonna do your quote?
I'll do it after.
We'll do it when you
we'll
come
do
back.
it when I come back.
I'm Jamaica, Jamaica.
so yeah, man. Enjoy Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. I will.
It's gonna be fun. Be safe. We appreciate you guys listening today. Today was a little bit more serious,
Yeah.
but again, that's part of the show. 50% fun, 50% serious, and we don't want to overstep either one of them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? At the end of the day,
I feel like I jumble through that whole situation so much, bro. I just
yeah,
I
I
went
just
back and forth.
I just
don't
like
know, dude.
scratched the surface. I
Yeah,
just got
yeah.
to like the main parts of it. Like there was a lot of like
There's a lot
that
of
I'm
shit.
not gonna get into. But
Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm gonna write a book about this. So if you guys wanna know the
What are you gonna
details
name
and
it?
everything, huh?
what are you gonna name it?
The mindset and madness.
Book.
Yeah. I don't know.
like,
Shit.
yeah, leave us questions for the
Surviving
next
Sharkeisha.
pod.
Sharkeisha, no.
Yeah. Don't buy that book.
Yo, what do you mean buy it? Buy the book, bro. I'm telling you, buy the book. There ain't no book. Just saying, there's no book.
But yeah,
But it
so
might
with
be.
that being said, follow us.
Wait,
on the-
quiet. I got a question.
Oh.
Should I write a book on my past relationships?
That girl.
I don't think you should be writing a book. I think you should be going fishing.
I think I should be going fishing too, but there's still ice out on the lake, bro. I can't go fishing.
Yeah, that was a main part. Me getting over that past relationship.
Fishing.
Yeah, fishing really helped.
Fishing definitely helps.
That's when I started fishing the most. So,
I should have left that relationship when she tried making me choose her over fishing, bro.
is that what she did?
Yeah, bro.
Okay, yo, honestly, we're at the end. That girl's fucked. I wish we could say her name so like you could push a
Let's
modest got the
call
fuck in
her-
jail. But like, yo, fuck, she's fucked.
Let's call her
Sharkeisha.
Jessica.
Like, I didn't even tell the story when you went to go look for that car for your mom. And
Oh,
me
yeah.
and our next boy was in the car, and these guys fought before we got in the car. We talk about awkward. Oh God, I was like, get me out of this fucking car, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
damn.
it was just, yeah, she's fucked. Whatever. Anyways,
Anyways,
Hope you guys have a good week.
if you guys enjoy this, give us a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Share
You
it
know,
up.
Share it
You
up. The
know.
links will be in the description below. Not the description will be in the link below.
we have reels and TikToks.
Yeah, and for you 80% of people that are watching all our videos and not following, follow us, please.
Yeah, we're on TikTok, so follow us. We're
Wait,
on
where's the heart?
Instagram.
Can you see it properly?
Yeah. Full videos. Full videos every Monday.
There you
Uh, Full videos every Monday on YouTube. So
Every Monday.
go. Every Monday, we'll
Yeah.
be uploading to all platforms. If there's any other platforms, I don't know. What other
I
platforms?
think the
are-
main ones right now is gonna be YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music.
And then all our
And
reels,
Instagram.
and
All our
stuff
reels
will
are gonna be on TikTok and
Instagram.
Instagram. Yeah.
we are doing YouTube shorts too.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
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 isn't that what the whole point of it too is? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay, so
but ain't much traction on YouTube. Well, that's the thing. We just gotta keep
Mm.
posting more about it.
you just gotta
Anyways.
post content, and thank you for joining. And
Thank you
next
for
week,
watching. This is episode 2.
Yeah.
We
I'll
are
see you guys
signing
in
out.
2 weeks.
This guy's a waste man, bro. 2 weeks.
2
2
weeks,
weeks?
bro.
No.
man, just start podcast. You
yeah.
take vacation.
2 weeks, bro.
You got to wait 3 months.
Right? You don't got no vacation
I'm
time
in
yet.
probation right
What
now?
Vacation pay. You don't get no vacation pay.
Okay.
And next week, yeah, it's gonna be me wipes and.
CJ.
All right, guys, take it easy. Peace.
Peace.
Mindset and madness.